stuff. All right, go ahead, Jordan, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jordan Smith. I'm the owner of Line Out Watches, and I'm currently an active duty sailor in the U.S. Navy.
All right, sounds good, man. So, where are you from?
I'm from Southern California. I was born in L.A., raised about 40 minutes east,
Okay.
and it's pretty much like a little group called the Inland Empire.
Okay, sounds good. And how was it out there living in Southern California in LA?
You said, how was it?
Hmm.
Uh, it was different, bro.
Yeah.
I've been through it all, man. I got stories to tell. My mom's a single mother of five.
Okay.
I'm half white, half black. So my mom's white, raised
Okay.
five black children on her own. You know, we went through all the poverty and everything like that. So I had a really experiencing childhood to the point where I'm real grateful to be in the position I'm in now, for sure.
Okay. And when did you realize you wanted to join the Navy?
I didn't at all, ever.
Yeah.
So I was recently married.
Hmm.
I was with my high school sweetheart, and
Okay.
I was about to
Congrats.
be a hooper. I was back in I was going to college at this time, playing
Okay.
at College of the Desert in Palm Springs.
Okay.
And you know, my ex, she was real big in school. She got accepted to all these schools, and she really wanted to go, but she
Hmm.
couldn't afford it. So she pushed the military on me, and I fought against her for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
But we knew whatever decision we were going to make was going to be together. So either we weren't going to join or we were. So I started struggling financially, man. I was helping mom with rent and everything. So I caught myself working more with all these different sales jobs and
Hmm.
not going to practices as much and taking away from basketball. So I got to the point where I was like, I'm not even playing at this point. So, you know, I might as well give the Navy a try,
Okay.
kill two birds with one stone this way that, I can get some money and help my family out. And at
Hmm.
the same time, help my, current lover at the time
Hmm.
follow her dreams.
Okay. Sounds good. And when did you decide that you want to get the MA? How did that work out? Actually, getting that job
The
for the
MA,
Navy. Hmm.
I got finessed. Uh, so I said I said that initially I was willing to go talk to a recruiter.
Okay.
So we go talk to the recruiter, and I'm like, hey, if we do this, I'm not getting on no ships, and I got to come back to California. You know,
Okay.
I'm at a point where I feel like I can bargain with these people because they need us to join. So I
Hmm.
thought I had a little bit of leverage. I'm like, yeah, and they sold me a whole lot. They're like, oh, you want to stay in San Diego? I mean, California? Like, one, I don't know why you want to do that when you don't want to go see the world, but that's the easiest thing ever. That's one of the biggest hubs.
Hmm.
And we could get you guys both scored, really high on your ASVAB, so y'all can have any job y'all want. So we can definitely find you something where you won't get on a ship and to where you'll be in California guaranteed. They
Okay.
talking to us about the MA because I wanted a job that can relate to the outside world.
Okay.
Not necessarily that I would pursue that. So like I
Hmm.
for sure would never want to I never wanted to be a cop. But
Okay.
even with law enforcement background, I can do a lot of things that might be a little bit more interesting, like a parole officer or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, so that's how I got the MA part. And
Okay.
yeah, they pretty much just sold us a dream, man. They said, yeah, if you want to stay in California, it's easy here. One of our dudes he just graduated A
Okay.
school actually like 3 weeks ago. You just missed him for his rap duty. Let's give him a call, and you can ask him how many billets were there for San Diego.
Okay.
And sure enough, he told us, there were like 17. That was like the biggest thing. So it looked good. It looked real promising.
Yep.
They sent my ass to Georgia.
Your first duty station was in Georgia? I thought it was in
Yeah,
San
bro.
Diego.
Nah, I just been here for so long.
And how'd you end up coming into San Diego then?
So again, my ex, I wanted to be
Hmm.
done. I was four and
Okay.
done, man. I didn't want to keep going. I wanted to get out and pursue basketball.
Hmm.
But she hated Georgia so much. And I mean, I know you're aware of it, but for those that aren't aware of this,
Hmm.
um, so after my initial training, that was 4 months. Then I have 3 year orders to Georgia, so that made 3 years of 4 months. In
Okay.
order to get out of the military, I would have to stay in Georgia to finish out my 4 year contract for another 8 months.
Yep.
She didn't want to do that, so she was like, could we just re-enlist? I was like, again, the only way I'll do this if we get California.
Yep.
So we got California. So I extended. I was served for an extra year and a half to come
Okay.
out here.
And that's going into the reservist side, right?
No, 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 no. I'm active duty.
Oh, I mean, my bad. Not reservist, shore duty side
Correct.
in San Diego.
I
Okay.
was short duty. She was sea duty.
Okay. For the people that might be interested in going MA, what advice would you give to them, and like how is your day to day like when you were MA?
So it varies. I feel I hate giving out a broad description for this.
Because I
It
know
really
yeah, it
depends.
depends on like command
It
and
depends
stuff
on
like that.
why you. No, not even that. It depends on why you want to be an MA, or
Okay.
why you're joining the military in the first place. If you're joining the military because you just want to make some money, you want
Hmm.
to promote fast, and X, Y, and Z, don't become an MA. We have low quotas on picking up. So that's something that you don't know hearing this right now, of course.
Hmm.
But if you look into it, you can look up quotas and see what rates do well advancing, where you have automatic E5, automatic E4, pretty much, and other rates like MAs and corpsmen where it takes a lot to pick up sometimes. When I picked up E5, I did it on 9%. Well, a
Sheesh.
lot of my other peers in the Navy picked up E5 on 40, 70,
Yep.
60, stuff
Mine
like
was like I
that.
think I had 34%. Yeah, it's
Yeah, and
way
that's
higher than that.
that's not even that good, but that's
Yep.
three times the odds of me doing it, right?
Hmm.
So the only way I would really say really pursue the MA route is if you have a passion for law enforcement.
Okay.
I'm not going to knock you in. And
Hmm.
also, if you, that's pretty much the only reason. If you,
Okay.
because even if at first a big seller for it was you don't get on ships a lot, but they changed that like 2 years ago. Now a lot of MAs are going on ships, so that's not even a good point no more. But my day-to-day life
Hmm.
as an MA is different now because I'm on medical hold, but
Okay.
it's rough, man. Until you pick up and get up there, and then not only pick up, but also get your qualifications for the higher post.
Hmm.
Man, depending on your command, you're standing 8 to 12 hour shifts.
Okay.
Um, you're wearing all this extra gear. Today's the whole command had a 96, which is a
Hmm.
4 day weekend. I did not. I just got off work not too long ago. We don't
Sheesh.
get holidays off. We operate our base 365 days a year.
Okay.
So not only do we not get the week like the vacations off, but we're so undermanned, and we have been since I've been in the military that
Hmm.
we can't even take holiday leave every year. It's
Yep.
a fight. We got to gamble to see who's going to get what, and it goes off of
Exactly.
okay, well, how much leave did you take this year? What's your seniority? What's your rank?
Hmm.
So really look into how bad you really want this.
Okay. Sounds good. So I know you're still on active duty. When did you come up with this idea, about going off and starting your own business?
Started my own business
Hmm.
forever. Before I
Okay.
joined the military, I've always knew I wanted my own business.
Hmm.
Like I said earlier, I worked a lot of sales jobs,
Okay.
and I got really irritated making all these people so much money off my sales. I can pull up screenshots and show y'all, man. They
Yep.
used to use me as advertisement. Oh, Jordan's killing it again, month after month. Who's gonna break them? Like
Hmm.
who's gonna take that number one spot and put them to number two? And like all this stuff, which was good at the time, and I felt good about it. Like, yeah, I'm competitive. I love doing this. But
Hmm.
then I was just thinking about like, damn, I'm getting pennies to the hundreds that I'm making them, and
Exactly.
like I could be doing this for myself. Imagine if this is my own business and I'm over here selling like that, feeding
Yep.
myself and my family, and not somebody else's, while I'm still stuck trying to hustle and grind, trying to get extra hours and stuff.
Okay.
So I knew I wanted my own business.
Hmm.
My forever goal was to initially I wanted to have a barbershop, and then I was going to get into my own business, selling something, didn't know what.
Okay.
Um, I was actually going to go to barber school March
Hmm.
of last year. I signed up
Okay.
and everything, got the TA for it, and it got canceled due to COVID.
Ooh.
So a good friend of mine, real close, like two of my close friends, their older brother, he's an entrepreneur, really
Hmm.
successful, and I was just talking to him about it.
Okay.
So I wanted to start my own thing, but I didn't know what to do, and he told me to pick something I'm passionate about. I got a little dilemma with that. I
Okay.
want to do. I love shoes and watches. Me and you are on the same shoe pages and stuff
Yep.
like that. I love shoes and I love watches. I was like, I can't do shoes because the target audience is just so small. You gotta really market to one specific set of people. The
Hmm.
shoes I like, it usually goes to people that are more focused around the hip hop community.
Okay.
They like the same things. They're usually like sports, hip hop, or fashion. That's the only people that really like the stuff that I like. There's gonna be a couple of stragglers here and there, but that's
Hmm.
the main thing. And then on top of that, it's an age group.
Hmm.
But with watches, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't
That's
matter
true.
what your ethnicity is, your race, what you're into. You could be into hip hop, rap, emo, rock. It doesn't matter. There's some watch out there that you can be
Hmm.
gravitated towards. I told him I didn't want to do that either
but I
because
told him I didn't
he
want to do that
actually
either.
has a watch company, a really successful one. I was like, I don't want to look like I'm copying you.
Hmm.
And he gave me the best advice, man. He said, there's thousands of watch companies. Why do you think you're going to be copying me? Like, I'm not the first person to do this, bro. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead. If that's what you want to do, do it. Just do it your way.
Okay.
So that's the main. And then also
Hmm.
the biggest thing on why I want to start a business is I just want financial freedom, man. It
Yeah.
grew more and more as I was in the military because, you know, you're military, you've been there. I miss weddings, holidays, funerals, birthdays,
So many.
births.
Yep.
I miss so many things. I'm like, man, all this whole time, like, it's been because somebody else has power over me. I
Hmm.
couldn't just call in sick. I couldn't not go and, fight, put in leave sometimes and it gets denied. Doesn't matter. I miss my
Exactly.
closest uncle get buried. I miss my baby sister's wedding.
Hmm.
And the baby sister, my little sister's wedding was a big one. They said that, oh, we don't have enough people. Bro, I go to work the day of her wedding, and I promise you, they sent 3 people home early that day
Oh.
because we had extra people. So man, I just want that financial freedom. I don't want nobody ever
Hmm.
telling me again that I can't do something that, oh, you got to be here. Pretty much
Yep.
saying that, my time is not or my life isn't as valuable as their job.
That's
Like,
another. Yep.
that job is not worth it at the end of the day to the point where I should be missing these big events or even small events. I missed this year. I missed my god kid's first day
Hmm.
of school, and I haven't done that in their entire lives. So that was tough for me, low key.
So would you
And that's
say
just
like
something minimal.
the military was kind of like a stepping stone to get you at least financially stable enough and kind of made you even
Very.
more hungrier to the point that you wanted to start this business as soon as you can?
You're very accurate on both of those. I can't stress that enough. Financial reasons.
Hmm.
By the time I started my business, the military is great if you utilize it right.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can attest to this. There's so many people in the military that's drowning in debt, and it's because they live above their means. They want the
Yep.
newest car every year. They
Yep.
live in a house that costs more than their BAH. They're doing reckless decisions. They go out drinking every day, X, Y, Z.
Hmm.
That was never me. I've always been the low key one that came home to my family,
Hmm.
bought cars I can afford, and paid them off within like a year. And I was able to save up my money
Yep.
when I bought my first business. Um, I had 5 figures in the bank.
Yep.
All my debt was paid off. I had no debt, including my car.
Okay.
The only thing that I had that was in debt of mine was my house. I had a mortgage.
Hmm.
Um, so I made
But
a lot
that's
of
very
good
reasonable debt to
decisions.
have that mortgage.
Yeah, of course, that's it's unrealistic to not really,
Have and
unless especially at my age. But
yep.
yeah, I know for a fact I wouldn't be where I am today at this time of my life if I wasn't in the
Hmm.
military.
Okay.
Just going off people, close peers back home and the way I was living back then, I have always had a good work ethic, but in that world,
Hmm.
your work ethic only gets you so far. You still need
Exactly.
connects, you still need the opportunity. You need somebody to give you the opportunity to prove
Hmm.
that, you deserve to be making more money than what you're making. So I don't think I could have been in this position as fast as I was. And then not only that, even if I was able to start my own business, which I
Hmm.
probably could have eventually,
Okay.
there's no way I would have been able to do it the way I did.
Hmm.
I've had a lot of sales, made a lot of money with my business. My first
Hmm.
8 months, I made 6 figures.
Nice.
Every out of the 200 plus thousand dollars I made from my business,
Hmm.
I probably used on myself $2,000 to $4,000. Everything else has been going back into the business because I'm still in the military. I make
Okay.
a good living in the military, and the military funds my lifestyle, not my business.
Okay. That's good. That's good. And it's actually yeah, that's really good, man. For your business, at first when you started out this watch, I believe you had a different name. Is that true?
Yeah, because it was a different brand. So
Okay.
initially, when I bought a brand from the person I was talking about that helped guide me, he had a
Okay.
business as well where he was selling pre-made brands to people. So
Okay.
he would get a brand made.
Mm-hmm.
If you had any recommendations, you can let him know, or if you want to just
Okay.
grab one, you can grab one.
Okay.
He'll have like, let's say he was selling headsets.
Mm-hmm.
He would get 100 headsets made, put a logo on it, make the website for you,
Okay.
and sell you the 100 logos with the website, the Shopify account,
Mm.
and everything that you need to start
Okay.
for X amount of dollars. I bought my first business for 5,000. It came with 100 watches.
Yep.
I used that money to fund my current business, Line Out Watches. So with everything I made from there, it was a slow grind. It was very, very slow. That did not
Mm-hmm.
work well for me at all.
Okay.
That's why I had really low expectations for this business when I started it. I
Okay.
had my goal was to make 5,000 the first month. The
Mm-hmm.
very first day I released Line Out, I made 4,100. So it blew my mind like completely.
Yeah.
Um, so while I was working on selling those, I
Mm-hmm.
was drawing my design for this watch,
Okay.
coming up with my name, my website, all
Okay.
that good stuff, and then took off.
Sounds good. And since we're on the line out, let me go actually pull up that screen share real quick and let's see here. All right. Can you see your site right now?
Yeah,
All right, sounds good. So we're
it's my
gonna
baby.
go take a look at your watches, man. I know they're all beautiful, especially this Amory one. If my wife is watching this right now, you know what to get me. You know my birthday coming up.
Get them in tonight. It's on a really great sale. If you go back to that page, you'll see the sale
Mhm.
right now.
Okay, yeah. Let
Ridiculous.
me go back into that real quick.
I hope it shows at the top banner,
Top
the
banner.
very
Oh,
top.
okay, right here. See more.
Yeah, the early Black Friday sale.
Ooh, okay. Use the code Black Friday to get 60% off on any of these watches right now.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay.
I don't got my shirt on. If you look at my site or my website, y'all see my slogan.
Okay.
Our, our motto is luxury should not break the bank. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's something I really believe in. Like I said earlier, I grew in a really, um, I grew up in poverty. I didn't have money. If y'all was able to if y'all go check out my About Me one day,
Mm-hmm.
I tell the whole story about how I got into watches. I didn't get my first watch until my graduation day, where I got one for my ex and one for my brother. And that
Sheesh.
was so dope to me. 'Cause I always wanted watches, but I could never afford them.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole goal is, give people the opportunity to get these nice watches
Okay.
for a fraction of the price. I do everything myself. I draw my designs. I send it to manufacturer, get it manufactured.
Okay.
I have all my storage here in my house, in my apartment,
Okay.
um, and I ship it myself. I do everything myself, so I don't have no middleman to where I need to jack up the prices.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I do a lot is if Nixon's having a sale,
Okay.
I just find it funny, just because of the price that they be having. So I
Yeah.
share it. I'm like, look, this is Nixon sale. Their watch is on sale for $400 right now, or 350.
Okay.
And then I'll click the watch and I'll go to the speculations, and it's literally the same specs that I use for my watches. So it's the same materials,
Okay.
same concept, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Designs are going to be different, of course, and I
Okay.
personally might be biased, but I like my designs better. But even if you like Nixon, is it really four times the value of my watch? It's not.
Yeah,
It's just the
especially if you're
name.
using. Yep. Especially if you're using
Yeah,
the
it's
same
the name,
material. Mm-hmm.
and especially when it comes to watches. Watches aren't even the biggest when it comes to names. Somebody see a nice, good quality watch, it's good
Mm-hmm.
regardless. It's not like it's a little bit harder with shoes or
Mm-hmm.
certain like purses. If you
Okay.
wear some super like if you've seen the best shoes of your life, but they were in Walmart and they cost $20, you might be skeptical on getting them.
Yeah.
And because if somebody sees it, they're like, "What are those, bro?" Like, "Oh, I got
Where
these
you
from
get them
Walmart," and
from?
they're gonna be like,
Yep.
"Oh, wow," when it shouldn't be like that at all. Um,
Exactly.
but with a watch, they're gonna be like, "Oh, where do you get that from? What's the price?" Swear to God, let me get that website and I'll go buy one right now. It's a little different.
Okay. And so about this line out watch stuff, and you said you came off of the rebrand stuff that you had before, and you started your own. What advice would you give somebody just broad about just business in general, or even somebody that might
Uh,
be interested in starting their own watch
well,
business?
for sure, regardless of what you're starting, watch or not, make sure it's something you have a passion about.
Okay.
Don't try to be too business minded. Like, oh, the watches are a good sell right now. That's a good thing to go into. It has a good profit margin, or people are buying these left and right, so I want to do that too.
Okay.
It's not going to come out as good as you're thinking, especially if it's your first business. Make sure whatever you're going to do, you're going to do something that you just love, something
Mm-hmm.
you don't mind doing research on, something you'll have fun drawing out if you have to do the design yourself.
Okay.
Um, that for sure is huge because, like I said, my first brand didn't sell well. I made 7,000 in 7 months,
Okay.
or 8 months
Shoot.
almost. So it was really bad. I went weeks without getting the sale at the time.
Okay.
So there's a lot of time where you're going to get demotivated. And imagine doing that with something you don't even like that, and trying to still encourage yourself to get up and read about, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about watches. I'm a big watch fan. I didn't know what a movement was. like the way that the watch moves is important and
The
relevant to
way
me.
it
I had no
ticks.
idea that was a thing. Yeah, I had no idea that Rollies didn't tick, but that's
Mhm.
about it. I know nothing else. So I had to do research on it, but I actually
Okay.
enjoyed it, and it was actually like fun because I like watches. It's good to learn about it. Just
Yep.
like if you like basketball and you have to do like in high school, if you like basketball and you have to do a project on basketball,
Mhm.
you had fun with that. Let's say you did a research a thing on Michael Jordan. That's your favorite basketball player. It's in, oh dang, he got cut from JV.
Yep.
Dang, that's crazy. Like you enjoy it. So, that's
Mhm.
really important. And then another big thing is to be consistent.
Mhm.
Consistency is key. People say it all the time, but I think that doesn't get the credit it deserves because, like I said, there's months where or weeks where I don't have a sale,
Mhm.
and it's really, really demotivating. And a lot of times, stopping has crossed my mind.
Okay.
But as long as you're consistent, I post every single day. If anybody follows me on Instagram, they can go back and see I post every day, every single day. And it's because, the average person takes 21 times to see a product before they click that purchase button. They have to see your product. Like if you do an ad, they'll have to see it 21 times before they actually buy the product.
Sheesh.
So imagine if you're only posting once a week, once every 4 days, once every 2 days.
It's
You're
gonna
just
take
doing
even
yourself a
longer.
disservice.
Mhm.
Exactly. What I like to do is even if I run out of content, I'll post the same picture. If
Okay.
you notice that I post the same picture, that means you're paying attention to my watches. If you don't notice, that means I'm glad I posted it because you missed it the first time. So it's a win-win situation to me. I want you to get tired of seeing my stuff and to the point where you want to unfollow me because I post my stuff too much if you don't like it.
Yep.
Because if you don't like it, I don't want you to really follow me. I want buyers to follow
Exactly.
me, my family.
Yep. Cool. And let's see. How did you come up with that name, Line Out Watch?
You'll be able to relate to it.
Mhm.
So well, for one, I'm a huge mama's boy. I just told y'all my mom was a single mother of five. I
Mhm.
give that woman the most credit in the world. Like, there's nobody I idolize more. She can't do wrong by me. Like, she did amazing.
Mhm.
She beats herself up because she wasn't around as much. But it's like you raised five kids. Like,
On your own.
we
That's
not mad about that at all. Now that we're adults.
yeah.
So I was
Especially in
really trying to get her
California too.
involved. Yeah, right. So I was trying to get her involved, and I wrote her name down. I was drawing, just like jotting stuff down. And her name's
Okay.
Pauline, so
Okay.
I kept looking at the word line in it. I'm like, what can I do with the word line? And I
Mm.
thought about us to the boot camp days, bro. Where you have
Okay.
to, if you mess up, how you have to line stuff out. You put
Yep.
one line through, an initial, and you move on. And I was just thinking about that. I'm like, man, that's life. If you make a mistake, you don't sit there and try to, because for you guys that don't know, if you make a mistake in our logbooks or any official document, you
Mm.
don't scribble it, you can't erase it or anything like that. You literally put a line straight through,
Yep.
and then you put your initials, and you keep writing as if that was never there. You skip
Mhm.
past that. Even when we were in boot camp and we get judged, like we get reviewed on this book, if
Yep.
they run line an initial, the auditors will act like it's not there. It's invisible to them.
Mhm.
So that's how I treat life. If we make a mistake,
Okay.
you can't erase it. You
Yep.
can't try to cover it up with all the scribbles. You just put a one line through it, as in take it as a lesson learned, and
Mhm.
focus on the next word already. Move on to the next problem. It's horrible. You can't do nothing by sitting there harping on the past. So
Mhm.
um, it had a good meaning in my eyes, so I ran with it, and it's still able to link back to my mom, who, by the way, y'all, is my biggest supporter. I know
Yep.
everybody says that.
Uh-huh.
When I tell y'all my mom has every watch besides four, I have a lot of watches, y'all. I
Uh-huh.
have a lot. I have over 50 options. My mom has every watch besides four of them so far, and they just came out like a month and a half ago.
Okay.
So like that is my biggest supporter. She has bought double the amount of the next person in line. Like my number two customer who spent over 2,000, she
Mhm.
has double whatever they spent. Like that is my number one supporter by far.
Man, that's
And we have a
amazing,
family
man.
discount. She don't use it most of the time. She has used it before, but she usually would just go and buy some stuff when she comes across some money. And she's not even like my mom struggles. She's not like the most uh, balling mother out there or person. Like she works at Ralph's,
Mhm.
which is if y'all on the East Coast, is like a Kroger. She's a
Okay.
manager there. Like she don't make no good money, so she finds a way to support me, and I love her for that.
Sheesh, man. Shout out to mom, man.
All
Shout out
right.
to all moms out there. And
Mm-hmm.
all right, I think that's it. Really, thanks for coming out tonight, man. Taking the time out of your day, explaining to us, going with the Navy stuff, also with your business as well. Definitely gotta talk to you offline about the other business stuff. And
Appreciate you for having me. Hey, do you mind if I show the watches actually?
oh yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah, yeah.
So for people that are curious,
Yep.
because I
Let's see
actually
him.
I just started something new, so I
Okay.
want to get into some stores, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be really dope
Okay.
for me personally just to get my brand into some stores because right now I do mainly online,
Okay.
and the issue about that is you can't really see the value when you're looking at a
Mm,
website.
that's true.
It's a little bit more tough.
Okay.
So if I know people who were to get these in their hand
Mm-hmm.
and actually sit there and assess them,
Okay.
I think I'll get a lot different results. So what I did
He,
was I got this little suitcase off Amazon,
okay.
and I put almost all my watches
Okay.
in these.
Sheesh. Oh, you
So I started off with only 3 watches. It was
okay?
these 3 right here
Mm-hmm.
for men and 3 for women.
And what is that one called?
Um, that's called the Guardian.
The Guardians. Okay.
This is actually based off of a real personal story that I didn't release until later.
Okay.
I mean, I got time to share if you don't want.
Yep.
So I had a miscarriage with my ex, and it happened on November 14th, 2018. So what I did
Okay.
was, this was my very first design. I wanted to be something memorable,
Mm-hmm.
something that was really personal, just like my name line out. How I just went through all that with you.
Okay.
So if you
Yep.
guys look close, you see the 11, that stands
Mm-hmm.
for November, and I put the 1 and 4 with nothing in between it to stand for
Ooh.
14. And then I named this watch the Guardian to go after my guardian angel, my miscarriage.
Sheesh. That's a beautiful watch too, man.
Appreciate it, man. Love that watch. I'm about to get a tattoo. But yeah,
And
these my babies, man.
hmm yeah, you got some, but you got some watch for everybody basically. All
That's the
different
goal.
styles, different colors, different
Even got the
textures.
pocket watches now, man. Like I'm trying to do it all, bro.
Might have to take a look at that one for sure.
I
Probably
don't want
hang it
anybody
up
to
up here.
ever. I don't want anybody to ever come to my site
Hmm.
and like be like, "Oh, I'm really into these kind of watches. I'm sorry you don't have that." You
Yeah.
know?
Yep. Have that variety and all that. Are you gonna have in the
Exactly.
future? Are you gonna have probably somebody, or if you don't already have in, maybe like have a video or something like that? Showcasing what you have, or the watches, the texture, just reviewing it in general.
Like a person, like ambassador type, or what do you mean?
Not just kind of that, like somebody who gotten it and then just
Or
make
a
a video.
specialist?
Mm-hmm.
That would be real dope. I have thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to find them, and I'm actually kind of scared just because they be reviewing some big dog watches. So
Yep.
I don't want to see my stuff get torn down. It's great material and everything like that,
Hmm.
but I would have to find somebody on my level. So somebody
Okay.
that usually assesses stuff like mixing
Hmm.
stuff that's relatable, not the ones that are grading Rolexes and stuff like that. They're used to touching 100,000 worth of watches. Mine are
Exactly.
cost 120, so it's a little disadvantage for
If
me.
anybody's
But that
out there,
would that would be
just
dope.
mhm. Good.
I said that would be dope though. Like, I would definitely be open to that. It would be hard for me to send it, but I'm all for honest feedback. I love my reviews.
Yep.
If y'all go to my website, I have over 180 something reviews, I think.
Okay.
Only 3 of them were other than 5 stars, and those were weird people, so I'm not even mad at them. One
Yep.
of the people that gave me a 1-star review literally bought a watch the next day. So it was a misunderstanding.
Yep.
So I'm not worried about it.
Okay. And if my wife is watching this, remember, try to get me these watches. My birthday's next month. There you go. And I'll do a review on it too on my YouTube channel. If anybody out there is watching too and just starting off a YouTube, go feel free, hit up Jordan. Maybe y'all could work something out, man. Especially try to do a review, professional review, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'd love
Um,
that to go. That'd be dope.
cool. And you got anything else for us tonight, man?
Nah, if y'all made it this far, man, I really appreciate y'all. I know time is everything, especially, if y'all watching it live, it's Friday night.
Yep.
And if y'all watching in the future, it doesn't matter, man. Just listening to my story, giving me this platform to
Mhm.
talk on. I appreciate you, Ocampo.
Yep. No worries.
For those who don't know, that's my brother from boot camp.
Yes, sir.
We was with each other since the very first days at boot camp, so we have a different type of bond. So I appreciate you and everybody out there.